The sister-in-law was bitten on her belly by a centipede. Desperate, she begged her brother-in-law to suck out the poison. The young man hesitated. He was embarrassed and didn't know what to do, but seeing that his sister-in-law was about to die from the venom, she quickly ran to the ancient well that had stood in the village for 100 years. She scooped up a mouthful of the cold well water and drank it, hoping it would wash away the poison. But what happened next was beyond imagination. Not long after, the widow suddenly felt a sharp pain in her body, and to everyone's shock, she spat out a lump of pure gold. Confused and terrified, she cut herself slightly with a knife, and this time, countless pieces of gold poured out of her mouth. At that very moment, an old woman from the village happened to pass by. Seeing the scene, she screamed in disbelief and ran toward the village square, shouting, "She can spit gold! She really can spit gold!" Within minutes, the whole village rushed to the widow's house. To test if it was true, one of the villagers punched the widow hard in the stomach, and sure enough, a shiny golden nugget fell from her mouth. The crowd was stunned. The village chief immediately ordered her to be locked up in the torture chamber, forcing her day and night to spit out more gold. Soon, piles of gold filled the room, but the villagers grew greedier and greedier. They didn't care if the widow lived in the ancient well, the same one from which she had drunk the water, suddenly began to echo with terrifying cries. A thick black liquid started bubbling out of it. The villagers were thrilled at first. They thought it was more gold, more treasure. But they had no idea. Their doom had already begun. "I'm out of here," one man shouted in fear. Then came a horrifying scene. A few men peered into the well, trying to see who was crying inside. One brave man climbed down. Minutes passed. He never came back up. The villagers panicked. They shouted his name, but there was no answer. Only the echo of that eerie cry. The village chief ordered 3 more men to go down. But now, everyone was too terrified to move. Suddenly, the thing that had been crying inside the well was dragged up by one of the men who had vanished earlier. The crowd gasped in horror. What they saw was beyond their wildest nightmares.